good evening. My name is Whitney Hodges, and I am here today to talk to you all about dangerous decibels. Just some facts about me is that I grew up on a farm, and I love listening to rainfall, and I love hearing the leaves rustle in the wind. So as I mentioned, today we are going to be talking about dangerous decibels. So can you tell me what a decibel is? Do you know what a decibel is?
The measurement of sound.
That's right, exactly. So a decibel is the measurement of sound. So just like when we measure someone's height and use inches and feet, we use a decibel as a way to quantify how much sound there is. So that's a very good answer. All right. So decibels are how we quantify how loud sound is. Did you know that loud sounds can actually cause hearing loss?
Really?
Absolutely, yes. And the hearing loss caused by loud sounds, who do you think that affects?
Everybody.
Exactly. So I know a lot of the times we think of hearing loss as being something that only happens when we're much older, but actually when we expose our ears to really loud sounds, it puts us at risk for losing our hearing. Can you tell me some ways that you could protect your ears from loud sounds?
Hearing protection?
Yeah, absolutely. So we can use hearing protection to protect our ears from loud sounds. What's another way to protect our ears? What happens when you get in the car and the music is really loud? What do you do?
Turn the music down.
Absolutely. So it's not always possible for us to turn loud sounds down, but when it is a really good option. All right, and there's one more that I'm thinking of. If something is really loud, what is another thing that you can do? I'm thinking about if maybe...
Please?
Yeah, absolutely. Walk away. Walking away is another really good technique when we are around loud noises. Again, though, it's not always possible for us to walk away, right? All right. So for today's class, I do want to just talk about some classroom management. So I would love to hear your questions, but we're going to do so by raising our hand. So can you show me raising your hand? Very good. And I'm also going to request your full attention. So that means eyes on me, okay? All right. Okay. So it's really important to mention that loud sounds can affect our ears, as I've mentioned, but even just one loud sound can really affect our ears and cause damage. That's why it's so important today to talk about dangerous decibels and how they can harm our hearing. I loved how you mentioned that protecting your ears was a really good way to prevent noise from harming our ears. However, it's really important to remember that things such as Kleenex and cotton balls and things like that are not really good and effective ways to protect our hearing. Later in today's presentation, we will talk about some really good options for protecting our ears. So now that we've talked about how we measure sound, let's learn a little bit more about sound. So what is sound? Do you know? No? Okay, that's all right. So sound is actually vibration. And we are going to use an activity to show this. So first, I'm going to give you one of these tuning forks, as you can see, and a ping pong ball. I first want you to just hold your ping pong ball. It's good if you hold up on the string like this. And I want you to take your tuning fork and I want you to listen to it. And let me know what you hear. And I also want you to take it and hold it next to your ping pong ball. All right, so first, don't strike it. Just hold your thing. Hold your tuning fork by the handle and hold your ball by the string. You can go ahead and stand up. It might be a little bit easier. I'll give you time to stand up. All right, so are you hearing anything?
No.
No? All right, let's try putting it by the ball. What's happening? Is anything happening? No, because there's no vibration. So I want you to first watch me as I demonstrate. You're going to take your tuning fork and you're going to find the heel of your shoe, and I just first want you to hit it, and then I want you to listen to it. All right, so we're going to take these out of the plastic. And try it again. All right. Ooh, I do hear something. Here, I'll let you try with mine. So go ahead and hit your shoe. Oh, great. Great job. Now, I'm going to borrow that back from you. What are you hearing? A ringing? Yeah, absolutely. So you're hearing some sound. So now, as I said before, when we don't have any vibration, it's not making the ball do anything, but so that's telling me that sound has power. All right, you go ahead and try it. Very good. All right, I will collect your tuning fork and ping pong ball. Thank you so much. I really appreciated how respectful you were with our materials. Being respectful of our materials is another classroom rule that I forgot to mention, but it's just a way that we're able to keep doing our presentation. So as we learn from hitting the tuning fork, we're creating that vibration. So sound is vibration. And when we hit our tuning fork and we saw our ping pong ball bounce, I'll demonstrate that one more time. We're seeing that sound has power, which is really important. So now we know how to make sound and what sound is, but how do we hear? Well, we're going to talk about that right now. So, right here, I have a model of our ear. Our ear is so much more than just this piece that we see on the sides of our head. So, those vibrations, sound, travel through our ear. So we'll first talk about how there's an external part or an outer part, a middle part, and an inner part. So our sound is going to travel in waves into our outer ear, and it's going to travel through our ear canal, and it's going to make our eardrum, which is this pink disc, it's going to cause that to vibrate, which causes these bones that we have in our ear. We have 3 bones in our ears. We have the malleus, the incus, and the stapes. The stapes looks like a little horseshoe. And when those sound vibrations interact with the eardrum and they cause those bones to mechanically move, it sends that information into the cochlea, which is this snail-shaped hearing organ that we have. Inside of the hearing organ, we have lots of little hair-like cells, which we're going to be talking about. And when sound is transmitted by these little bones into our snail-shaped organ, and it interacts with those hairs, it sends messages up to our nerves, which travel all the way up to our brain. So these hair cells that are in our cochlea are in little have little bundles of hair on them, and that's what interacts with our sound, with the sound. So now that we know how to detect sound, and we know that sound comes from vibrations, we know that really loud sounds have even more power. So we're going to look at those hair cell bundles and look at how really loud sounds can actually permanently damage our hair cells, which can cause hearing loss. So we're going to build a model together. All right, so as I was talking about, our cochlea has hair cells in them. Cochlea is that snail-shaped hearing organ. So here is a picture, a microscopic picture of a hair cell bundle. So as you can see, we have the green body. Can I have your attention, please? Thank you. So I have the green body, and at the top, you see this, are the little red hair cells. So we are going to make a picture, a model of this. So I'm going to pass out some pipe cleaners. So I want you to make a cell body, so you're going to make that with your fist. Can you demonstrate that for me? Thank you. And we're going to just hold our pipe cleaners. All right. So I'm going to let you try. That's a great cell body. We're going to put it a little bit lower. So normally for this demonstration, we would really mess up our pipe cleaners, but for the purpose of borrowing materials, we're going to be really gentle, but I will still explain what we would expect to see. So we're going to start off with a story, okay? So you're going to hold your hair cells. So I'm thinking of a really fun holiday in the summertime. The colors are red, white, and blue. You see lots of stars and maybe some fireworks. Do you know what holiday I'm thinking of? Can you tell me?
The 4th of July.
The 4th of July, absolutely. So we're going to talk about the 4th of July. All right. So you wake up, it's the morning, you have your hair cells, and you're talking to your mom, and that sound, those sound waves, they're just lightly brushing the tops of our hair cells that are in our cochlea, the snail-shaped organ, and you're telling your mom how you can't wait to go see the fireworks. And she says, that's really good, and I'm super excited, but before you go do that, I'm going to need you to go and mow the grass. So you're going to mow the grass. So when you're running the mower, your hand is going to start moving a lot faster across your hair cells. All right, and you'll see that they're not quite as standing up straight as they were when we were just having our conversation. So now we're going to go throughout our day, maybe some light conversation, and it's time for the fireworks show. All right, so it's time to watch the fireworks. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, they're so pretty. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh, our hair cells are so messed up. Let's try to straighten them out. I can try to straighten them out, but they're not quite as straight as they were in the beginning. All right, so thank you for being so kind to my pipe cleaners, also known as our hair cells. So this is a picture of actual hair cells in your cochlea. As you can see, these bundles, the hairs are all standing up really straight. So this is a picture of a really healthy hair cell bundle. So this would be like just light conversation, no noise damage. This is a picture of hair cells that have been exposed to noise damage. As you can see, all these hair cells are laying down, they're not standing up as straight, and this can cause hearing loss. So that's why it's so important that we protect our ears from really loud noise. Sometimes when we hear loud noises, it can actually cause this effect called tinnitus. Do you know what tinnitus is?
No.
So tinnitus is that ringing in the ears that you sometimes experience. It's this high-pitched ringing, and sometimes it goes away, but it can become more prevalent when we do have some hearing loss from noise exposure. Do you have any questions about these two pictures? Which one's the healthy one?
The one on the left. Yep.
This one, that's right. And which one's the damaged one?
The one on the right.
Awesome job. All right, so we've learned what happens when we hear loud sounds and how they can really damage our hair cells. But what's it like to actually have hearing loss? Do you know?
No, I don't.
So our next activity, we're going to look at what it's like to hear different sounds with damaged ears. So we're going to be playing this game called What's That Sound? So I'm going to take a little bit of time to set it up. Do you have any questions about what we've learned so far?
Nope.
Awesome. All right, I'm going to set this up. All right. So we're going to be playing What's That Sound, okay? All right. So when we have hearing loss, it can be difficult to hear and identify what certain sounds are. That with normal hearing, it would be easy peasy to hear. So I'm going to play some sounds, and I'm going to want you to tell me what you think the sound belongs to. All right. All right, so this says, the sounds you're about to hear are designed to stimulate the effects of hearing loss. Listen carefully and try to click a picture that matches each sound. As you play the game, think about whether it would be more difficult to identify a sound if you had hearing loss, and how hearing loss could and would affect your daily life. All right. What do you think that sound belongs to?
Doing the dishes.
Alright. So that's it normally. And let's listen to it with hearing loss. So you can still make it out, but it's definitely not as crisp. You don't hear that crisp, sharp clanging that would let you know that someone's in your house doing the dishes. Alright, let's do another one. What do you think that is?
That's a cat.
Let's see. No.
Oh, that's the top.
Top. Good job. So you really can hear it going over the ice cubes when we don't have hearing loss, but when we play it with hearing loss, the snap of the tab is really dull, and you definitely don't hear that soda pouring over the ice cube. Let's do a few more.
The phone.
Good job. The phone is an example that just because we have hearing loss doesn't mean we lose all of our ability to hear.
That's the baby.
Very good. So, as I was saying, just because we do have hearing loss doesn't mean we lose all of our ability to hear sound. However, we are missing out on some of that sound, which is why it's really important that we protect our ears. All right. So, having hearing loss is a struggle, and you do miss out on a lot of those wonderful sounds like the pop pouring over the ice, and even things such as the crackling of fireplaces. You'd miss out on that sensory information from being able to hear it. So we know that loud sounds can permanently damage our ears, but let's learn about how loud some sounds are and how long we can safely listen to them before our ears are hurt. All right, thank you so much for playing DB's own What's That Sound with me. All right. Okay, so for this next activity, I'm going to be showing you some flashcards with different activities, and I want you to tell me if you think sounds are safe or not. One really important thing to remember is that it is considered to be safe if it's 85 decibels. So if something is 85 decibels, we're able to listen to that sound safely for 8 hours. But as sounds get louder, the time that we are able to listen to our sounds are cut in half. I also have this thermometer that we'll be able to use with this activity. It tells you when things are safe and when things are really loud, it can hurt our hearing. But it's going to be really important to remember that 85 decibels is that key number we're going to look at, okay? All right. So, we can safely listen to that 85 decibels. So, I'm going to show you some flashcards, and I want you to let me know if you think that they're safe or if we would maybe need to utilize some of our dangerous decibels safe sound strategies, okay? All right, so our first card is a jet ski. Do you think a jet ski is safe?
For a little bit.
Yeah, do you think it's above 85 decibels or below 85 decibels?
Probably above.
Above, yeah. So a jet ski is at 105 decibels. So we can safely listen to a jet ski without hearing protection for less than 5 minutes. You probably want a jet ski for more than 5 minutes, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So what is something that you could do while you're jet skiing?
Protect your ears.
Protect your ears, absolutely. We probably can't turn our jet ski down, and we can't really walk away from our jet ski. So wearing hearing protections would be a really good solution to that. Let's do another one. Oh, let's do a motorcycle. Have you ever rode a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
You have, all right. Do you think a motorcycle is less than or greater than 85 decibels? Do you think it's safe to listen to or not safe?
No.
All right. You are correct. A motorcycle inside the helmet is 100 decibels, so you could ride your motorcycle safely for 15 minutes without wearing any hearing protection. All right, let's do a few more. All right. Let's do a shotgun. Do we think a shotgun is safe? Is it above 85 decibels or below 85 decibels?
Above.
That's correct. So, a shotgun is 150 to 165 decibels. That means that we would have immediate damage. As you can see on my thermometer, 85 is right where it's considered safe, but the shotgun is all the way up here. So it's really important that we either wear hearing protection when we are using shotguns, or if we're watching people shoot for clay pigeons, it's really important that we walk away as well and create some distance. Very good. All right. What about a music player?
Can be safe.
That's right. It could be safe. So we're saying that a music player can be 105 100 decibels, which means we could only listen to our music for 15 minutes, which I'm sure we would like to listen to our music for longer than that. What would be a strategy we could do in order to listen to our music longer?
Turn it down.
Very good. All right. Let's do a washing machine. Do you think our washing machine is above 85 decibels or below 85?
Below.
Very good. A washing machine is about 80 decibels, which means that we could listen to it as much as we would want. So you could do laundry absolutely all day, every day, and your ears would not be harmed. All right. So, we'll do one more. Okay, last one. A chainsaw. Do we think this is safe or dangerous? Above 85 or below?
Above.
Yes, it is at 110 decibels, which means we could use the chainsaw without hearing protection for 1 minute and 30 seconds. We're probably going to need to use it longer than that, huh? So what would we do?
Protect our ears.
Very good. All right, so what did you notice about those louder sounds? Were we able to listen to them longer or shorter?
Shorter.
That's correct. Yep. So it's very important to remember this 85 dB. This is right at the cutoff for safe when we can listen to sounds for 8 hours without having to worry about sound damaging our ears. All right. So now that we've learned that sound has energy in it and how much it can take to damage our ears, let's learn about how we can protect ourselves. All right, so let me find our headphones. So as we mentioned, we could listen to music for 15 minutes without needing hearing protection. And what did you say that we could do in order to listen to our music longer?
Turn it down.
Turn it down, yeah. So if we turn our music down, we're going to be able to enjoy music for a lifetime. And it'll allow us to listen to our music safely for even longer periods of time. So now that we know how much energy it takes to damage our ears, let's learn about the 3 ways to protect ourselves. So for this next activity, we're going to be utilizing a blender. And I'm going to have you utilize our sound level meter. So can I have you come up here, please? All right. Okay. So I'm going to turn this blender on. I'm going to plug it in. And I just want you to stand right here by it. And I want you to tell me if it's a safe sound or a dangerous sound. All right.
Dangerous.
How loud was it?
93.
93. Okay. Can I have you take 3 steps backwards? Perfect. All right. I'm going to play this again and again. I want you to look at the sound level meter and tell me how loud it is, okay? How loud was that sound?
80.
80. All right. So what does that tell you about sound?
That it doesn't travel.
Right. So walking away, by just taking a few steps, the blender went from being unsafe to safe to listen to. So that's why it's important to walk away from dangerous sounds. Very good. All right. All right, so simply moving away from sound can make them safer. for us to listen to. And that is because, like you said, as we step away from the sound source, that energy, that sound power, the vibrations, they also decrease, which is why when you stepped back, it became a safe sound. But sometimes you're listening to really intense sounds, and we can't turn the volume down. So we're going to be doing another experiment. So we're going to learn how to put earplugs in. So I'm going to have you take a seat right up here. And I have these earplugs. So, like I said, it's not always possible for us to turn something down like a jet ski, and it's not always possible for us to walk away to make sound safe. So our next option is to protect our ears. But in order for protecting our ears and wearing hearing protection to be effective, we have to make sure that we're wearing them properly. So I have right here some earplugs, and I'm going to teach you how to insert these properly. So our earplugs have to seal in our ears to keep out the dangerous sounds. So I'm going to show you how to insert them and remove them, and how to clean them. Alright, so I'm going to give you one of the earplugs. So I want you to take your earplug and hold it by this blue piece. And you're going to take your ear and you're going to pull it back. This straightens out our ear canal. And I want you to place it in there and kind of twist it to create a nice seal. Alright. Very good. So I'm going to come and just look to make sure that your earplug is placed properly. That looks great. It looks like we got that in there really good and have a nice seal. That tells me that if you were to hear a loud sound, this earplug would help in preventing that powerful sound from damaging your hair cells. Alright, when you want to take out your earplug, you can just pull your ear, twist it out, and there you go. It's normal to have some wax. That's something that our ear produces. You can just take off a cloth and just wipe it off. It's really good to store extra earplugs in your backpack, maybe in a vehicle if you have one, because these types are reusable. There are some that you can throw away. Another type of hearing protection is an over-the-ear hearing protection. So with these, you see there's a headband, and then we have these two earmuffs. So you just place it over your ear, and it cups over, and you place it over the top of your other ear. And you make sure that it's fit nicely, and you have a good seal around your ear. And the headband part should be flat against your head. Would you like to try?
Sure.
Okay, so that was really close, but we just need to make sure that we get it over the ear and a nice seal. Great. All right, I'm just going to take these off for you. Great job. So, if you were to find these to be uncomfortable, there are many styles, or earmuffs could be another great option for you. All right, you can buy earplugs and replacement earplugs just about anywhere. Walmart has them, any hunting store could have them, Walgreens, so they're really accessible and it's really great to have them on hand. So up to this point, we have learned how vibrations make sound and how sound has energy, and we saw that with our tuning fork, that it vibrates and makes a sound, and then as we saw with the ping pong ball, that it creates power. And we've talked about how we hear, looking at our whole ear system and how sound waves travel through the ear, hitting our eardrums, causing vibrations in our three bones, which send vibrations into our snail-shaped organ called the cochlea and interact with our hair cells, which send messages through our auditory nerve and up to our brain so that we hear. And we've also learned that there's many different things in our world that can produce dangerous sounds. And we've talked about the 3 easy ways to protect our ears from dangerous sounds. So now let's talk about what you would do if you needed to use earplugs, but your friends didn't think so. So we're going to talk about our last activity, which is called Rock Your World. Okay, so I'm going to read a scenario for you. Okay, I'm going to pass out this card to you, and this has 3 scenarios. So who is a person that you really like? What type of concert do you like to go to? Do you like rock?
Yeah.
You like rock? Okay. So let's pretend that you are going to a rock concert with all of your best friends and you're so excited. Do you think rock concerts are loud?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay. Do you think it's above 85 decibels?
Correct.
All right, so I'm going to show you this card. So a rock concert is 112 decibels, which means you could safely listen to it for only 1 minute. So what could be a strategy for you to use at the rock concert?
Protect your ears.
Protect your ears, that's right. So I'm going to read the 3 scenarios, and I want you to be really honest with me. So you could first go to the concert and put your earplugs in, and even though your friends are making fun of you, you're going to wear them anyways because you want to protect your ears. So that's option 1. Option 2 is, you know what, your friends are right. You paid this money to go to this rock concert. Why would you wear hearing protection anyways? You're not even going to worry about it. No hearing protection for you. And number 3, option 3 is, you know that that rock concerts are really loud, so you're going to wear your hearing protection, and you're also going to offer hearing protection to your friends so that they can protect their ears. What option would you listen to? What option would you do?
3.
3? Good job. Why did you pick that option?
It's just good for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. I love how you were thinking about your hearing health as well as your friend's hearing health. All right. So, I liked that answer. So, thank you so much for coming to today's presentation. I just want to talk to you one more time about the 3 ways to protect our hearing. So, all right. Can you tell me what's one of the ways to protect our hearing?
Walk away.
Walk away, exactly. So when we hear a loud sound, we're able to walk away like we saw with our blender. What's the next one?
Protect your ears.
Protect your ears, exactly. Wearing hearing protection when we're not able to walk away or turn something down is a great option. However, it's really important to remember that you have hearing protection on you and that you're inserting it properly so that it's effectively blocking out those sound vibrations. And what is the last way we can protect our ears?
Turn it down.
Absolutely, especially when we're listening to our music, it's really important that we're listening to it at a safe level. So thank you so much for coming to today's presentation. I had such a joy talking to you and teaching you all about sound and noise and how it can affect our hair cells. If you have any more questions about loud sounds or how to protect your ears, please reach out to me. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, thank you so much.